So what's interesting is with the explosion of programmatic real-time bidding, data management, the first clients that really took charge of that opportunity were the direct response clients, because they've historically always been the first to kind of edge into this innovative space as they try to really, ultimately optimize towards some sort of measurable goal online. And you saw these big brands kind of looking over and seeing what was happening, but not necessarily seeing how that applied to their business, especially given the tools weren't there for them and a lot of the measurement. And so, it's the age-old challenge of figuring out what part of your marketing is actually driving ultimately offline sales. And I would say over the last couple years, technology companies, Google included, but a lot of great small companies and large companies have done some pretty amazing things around creating metrics for brands, as well as innovative research opportunities, trying to come up with a way for brands to feel comfortable entering into this programmatic space. What I see happening is that brands are starting to recognize the value of kind of true data-driven marketing, and a lot of the ways that they're taking advantage of that is, first and foremost, baby steps of actually wanting to potentially own that technology relationship directly with companies, or being heavily involved in developing that strategy, where I think previously they felt a lot more comfortable maybe outsourcing that, or really that thinking of digital and technology and vendor management as a small part of what they did. And now in recognizing the value of these companies, they've really brought that in-house in terms of strategy and thinking about how they want to use these technologies. So the biggest opportunity I would say immediately is kind of what we're talking about at this conference is video, given that it's a natural transition for them, and thinking about extending their linear TV audience into new and different devices. And being able to use the same metrics that they use on TV to extend out to digital, which now with great technology and measurement they can do. There's been some innovative brands who recognize that there's smarter ways to connect what they're doing on a day-to-day basis in terms of media buying with actual offline sales, which is ultimately what they're hoping to measure. And a few of those kind of, pioneer brands have done that really, really well, but in the media, and that's done a great thing in terms of forcing the more traditional, bigger brands who may have been a little bit slower to come to really open up their eyes. I see the landscape changing in that it used to be, a subset of the progressive, forward-thinking kind of big brands that are doing this, and now it's really coming up across the board. In terms of my day job, just the rate at which companies are reaching out to Google and all of our partners in the industry to learn more and help them contextualize how this programmatic data-driven marketing fit into the context of what they're doing today is pretty amazing. And it's really pushing the brands to have to rethink everything in terms of the whole process. How is their marketing department organized today? What conversations are happening? How are budgets being decided? How do brand managers work with the technology partners and vendors that the company works with? And it's causing quite, I think, an exciting kind of revolution for these brands, and I'm excited to see what happens. I think 2014 will be very interesting given the acceleration of the technology that's being developed for these brands.